places we're live. And we welcome everyone on board to our doubleheader today between the Grizzlies and the Blue Jays of Junction City. We are joining just in progress. We apologize that this is a delayed webcast, a problem that we did not have time to totally resolve with our web signal is preventing us from going live stream here today. So we are recording even though we are at home, and we apologize for that delay. We'll tell you where we're at here. It's 4-3 Grizzlies at the moment, 5:45 to go here in the first quarter. We'll give you the starting lineups for both teams as we had them. We'll start with Junction City. Blue Jays start Ava de Guzman, number 3, a senior. Mariah Jeter, number 4, a senior. Addie Hatcher, number 5, a senior. Sasha Sabula, a senior, number 12, and a senior, Sophia Holloway, number 21. They're coached by Tim Testa, assisted by Willie Snipes and Lucy Rivera Ramirez. For the Grizzlies, your starters, number 12, a 5'9" freshman forward, Viviana Wall. Number 21, 5'2", sophomore guard, Aaliyah Richard. Number 22, a 5'8" sophomore guard, Camera Barber. Innocent Robinson, number 23, 5'5", junior guard, and Sasha Reed, number 24, a 5'9" fresh junior forward. That's the 5 starters for Northwest. That's also the 5 on the floor here with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Head coach for the Grizzlies, Marcus Myers, assisted by Brian Bernard and Christina Commons. And we want to welcome our executive producer, Jonathan Scheu, into the booth tonight. And on camera tonight, our videographer is young Marcus Myers, not to be confused with the head coach, but definitely a relative there too. And we appreciate young Marcus's help on camera during the girls' game here tonight. Okay, I have lost track of the score doing the starters, so if you know who's done what, Jonathan, go ahead and feel free to add the numbers in there for me, if you would. Sasha Reed just got called for her first personal. It's the first of the game for either team. Blue Jays are in their road blues, and Grizzlies are in their home whites for this game. Thank you, sir. You're a good man. And we have a jump ball called, and on the alternating possession, it will go to Northwest. And the jump ball, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Inbounding by Barber to Robinson. Robinson will bring it across the timeline. Kenzie Edwards is in the game now for Northwest, along with Anaya Simpson. Numbers 1 and 5, respectively. They join Robinson, Barber, and Reed on the floor. Barber puts it up off the rim. No good. Rebounded by the Jays. Jays will bring it across the timeline. Thought about a 3. Now they drive into the paint. Up it goes. That one is short, but a foul called, and we'll be shooting free throws here. And going to the line for the Blue Jays. We'll tell you if she gets a haircut, because her number is covered by her long locks. And the first one misses. I have no idea who that is, but I'm willing to guess that it is Addie Hatcher. And she makes 1 out of 2, giving her 4 in the game. Tied at 8 we are with 3:40 to go here. And the Grizzlies with the ball on the near side into the paint for Barber. Barber spin move to Simpson. Simpson dishes it back out. Now Robinson back to Simpson. It's deflected out off of Simpson, and it will be a turnover. It'll go to Junction City. This game is part of the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail League and Greater Wichita Athletic League Challenge Showcase Series. In earlier games played here at Northwest today, the Derby High School boys played the Bishop Carroll boys, and lost. I'm sorry, Bishop Carroll lost. Derby won that game. And in the second game, Bishop Carroll girls played Life Prep and won that game by 10 points. Next two games will feature these two girls' teams as we have a foul called on Anaya Simpson. Free throw is good. And the Grizzlies trail now by 3, 11-8. Ball's inbounded. Robinson will bring it up the floor. Nice crowd on hand here for this girls game, given the fact that one of the teams is from 2.5 hours away in the central part of the state. Here comes the Blue Jays back with it underneath, and it's taken away by Robinson. Innocent Robinson pulls it back now, brings it across the timeline. Aaliyah Richard to Barber. Barber puts it up, no good. Second time, yes. Barber counted, and Barber has 4. Grizzlies trail by 1. And there's an intercepted pass, and Kenzie Edwards brings it down, then dishes it off to Robinson, up off the glass, and it falls. Innocent Robinson gets one to fall, and Northwest will take a timeout. It's a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. Click on video clips, and then remove that one. Add, and you got to add one, and the one you're going to add is the commercial, which is not there. Oh, there it is, down here. Isn't it? Yeah, that's it. And, oh, yeah, you got to. We're back here at Northwest High. Grizzlies lead 12-11. 2:11 to go in the first quarter, and the Blue Jays inbound the ball. We're back underway here. High pressure being put on by the Grizzlies here in the backcourt, and they do get it across the timeline in time. And now with a thin defense up front, this one goes out of bounds. That was deflected. That was deflected by Aaliyah Richard, and it will stay with the Blue Jays. Out it comes, all the way out here to center where O'Neal has it. A 3 attempt, nothing but net for Robinson. And Innocent has 5 points in the game. The Grizzlies lead by 4. I mentioned in our, well, I'm not assuming we didn't mention it, that nobody has heard what I'm about to say, but Grizzlies come into this game 1-3 on the season. There's a 3 off the heel, no good, rebounded by the Jays. Over here, a 3 from the far side is good, or the near side, I should say. And Jeter gets her first bucket of the day, and it's 15-14. Jays came into this game 4-0, pending the outcome. There's a 3-pointer by Navarrete, who just came into the game during the timeout, and we didn't see that. We'll have to recap who's on the floor for you here in just a moment. Grizzlies have their 4-point lead back. There's one off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Navarrete, and it'll be Barber bringing it up. Barber changed her hairstyle for this game. Robinson, good! She put up a rainbow and it goes. And it's 20-14. Grizzlies lead by 6. Underneath, nice defense by Navarrete, rebounded by Viviana Wall, and brought up the floor now by Robinson. 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. One chance for Grizzlies. Barber, count it! And that'll do it. 22-14. Grizzlies lead at the end of one. We'll be back with the second quarter in 60 seconds. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Back at Northwest for the start of the second quarter. Blue Jays will inbound it. With the ball there is Jeter. Pressure being put on by the Grizzlies again, and Viviana Wall almost got a steal there. Underneath, ball goes up. That'll be a foul. It's going to be charged against Aaliyah Richard, I believe. We'll see how they call it. It is against Richard. That's her first. It's the fourth team foul. Blue Jays haven't fouled in the game yet. Here's the first free throw attempted. It's good. Coming out of the arms of de Guzman. And the second one rattles out. No good. Rebounded by Navarrete. Here comes Northwest back with it. Barber with it. Robinson, back to Barber. 1, 2, 3's. There's a steal by the Blue Jays. Coast to coast. No, Robinson strips the ball. It stays with the Jays, but what a great defensive play by Innocent Robinson. Blue Jays make a change. Blue Jays obviously have the same haberdasher as some other people we know. There's a rainbow three. Shot that time by Hatcher. And the lead is back down to 4. They led by 8 at the quarter. Richard pulls it out. Navarrete has it on the near side. Almost blocked. Barber misses, rebounded by the Blue Jays. Here comes Junction City. 6:38 to go, second quarter. Grizzlies lead 22-18. Round the horn it goes, now driving with it and losing the handle was Sophia Holloway. It'll turn over to Northwest. Grizzlies will make a sub. Robinson will come out. Edwards will come in. And with Edwards on the floor, is Aaliyah Richard, Camera Barber, Viviana Wall, and Aubrey Navarrete. And that's your 5 on the floor here in the second quarter. 6:18 to go till halftime. At halftime, don't leave us. We'll have our Meet the Grizzlies segment. There's an air ball from Navarrete, and it's rebounded by the Grizzlies. And Barber puts it up. It doesn't go. She gets the rebound. Count it. Barber gets her first bucket and the first points of the second quarter for Northwest. Holloway over here on the near side. It comes to Sabula. And a travel. Turn it over to Northwest. Richard with it for the Grizzlies. Pressure being put on now by the Jays, and they steal the pass. O'Neal has it, and it's stolen right back. Richard with it now will bring it up across the timeline. Into the corner for Edwards. Edwards, a 12-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound to Richard. She goes up, she's fouled, she'll go to the line, she'll shoot a pair. Fouls on to Guzman, that's her first. Team's first, believe it or not. And Aaliyah Richard will go to the line and shoot a pair. And there'll be substitutions after this first shot. Coming into the game, Innocent Robinson and Sasha Reed. Wall and Navarrete will come out. Richard will attempt her second. And it is no good. Rebounded, though, by Barber. Barber back to Richard. Richard puts it up. Doesn't go. Who's going to get the rebound? It's Barber on the boards. And it comes back out to Robinson. The Grizzlies will set up their offense one more time. Into Barber. Barber from 10 feet. It rolls across, no good. Sasha Reed drops it. And Sasha Reed has 6. 27-18. Grizzlies by 9. That's their biggest lead of the game. Richard. And that one goes out of play. It will stay with the Jays. We have our Meet the Grizzlies segment at halftime. Stay with us for that. In the far corner it goes. Back out now around the horn. Sabula with it at the moment. On the near side it comes to Hatcher. In the paint. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Robinson. Innocent Robinson will bring it across the timeline. A miss, rebounded by the Jays. O'Neal with it. Dishes it off on the far side. Now over on the near side to Addie Hatcher. Hatcher drives. Into the paint it goes. And back to Hatcher. She'll put it up for 3 off the rim. No good. But the putback is good. Grizzlies couldn't get the rebound. And de Guzman gets the putback. It's 27-20. Here's one to Edwards. An easy lay-in for Kenzie Edwards. Her first bucket of the day. And the Grizzlies lead by 9 again. Fast-moving first half here at Northwest. Fouls called. Thought they called the foul on Aaliyah Richard. It's her second. Team foul number 5 for Northwest. Aaliyah Richard will come out. Let's reset our lineup for you. We got Kenzie Edwards in there. Barber, Sasha Reed, Anaya Simpson. Oh, there's a nice three-pointer. O'Neal gets the three-pointer. We have a foul on the play. I don't think the basket will count. And it won't count because it's an offensive foul. Robinson charged with, they charged it on Barber. Barber gets charged with the charge. She'll come out. Let's reset this again for you. Edwards, Robinson, Simpson, Reed, and Wall are the 5 on the floor. There's a three-pointer, nothing but net. That's O'Neal. That's her second three-pointer of the quarter, and the lead is down to 3 points. Grizzlies led by 8 at the end of 1. Robinson with it for Northwest, and now a whistle. What do we have here? Timeout's been taken by the Grizzlies. And this is going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right where we are. Let you know the boys' game will follow 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. So just keep it right where you are. We're going to do it as a single broadcast event. And this will be our last games of the year 2022, as everybody here is already on Christmas winter break. Our next game after today will be January the 3rd. We'll be right here at Northwest, and the East High Blue Aces will be here. And we'll be on the air at 5:40 with that one. Grizzlies will inbound coming out of the timeout. Robinson inbounds to Barber. Edwards, Wall, and Reed are on the floor with them. That's the 5 on the floor. Viviana Wall puts it off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Sasha Reed. She can't make it go either. And now they're going to call a foul. This may be an offensive foul. It is. That's Sasha Reed's third already. She'll come right back out now, and Aaliyah Richard will come in for her. Sasha Reed in foul trouble again. That seems to be a recurring theme, unfortunately. And that is that foul put the Blue Jays in the bonus. So this is a 1-and-1 opportunity for Holloway. She'll have a chance to get it close here with the clock not running. She makes her first one, and that's her first point of the ball game. Second one rims out, rebounded by Robinson, and over to Richard. Across the way to Barber. Barber thought about it, now gives it back to Robinson. To Richard, to Wall on the near side. Back out to Richard. To Barber. Kenzie Edwards sends it back out to Robinson. I'm sorry, that was to Barber. Robinson put it up off the glass from 12 feet. Count it. And now we have a timeout being taken. This will be a full timeout, I think. And I think it's this one's being taken by the Blue Jays. Go on, signal it. It's a full timeout. We'll be back. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Back at Northwest with Jonathan Scheu and Marcus Myers. Kevin Arkin with you. We have 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Blue Jays have the ball. Grizzlies lead by 4. Underneath, Addie Hatcher dishes it back, and Zabula goes up. She's fouled. She's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. And that's the second foul on... Well, they're saying it's on Barber. They put the wrong number up. Can't be on Reed. She's not in the game. That's whose number they put up. Edwards, Wall, Richard, Robinson, and Barber. I think I got them all. That's the 5 on the floor. In the corner to Robinson, back out to Edwards. To Richard. 4-3 off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Richard. Back out to Barber. In the paint to Wall, back out to Richard for three. Good! Aaliyah Richard. I know that's her second three, and I only have one in my book, so I'm going to assume I shorted her 3 points at some point. And there's an easy lay-in that time by Mariah Jeter. She's got 5. Grizzlies lead by 5. And there's Barber putting up a pair. And the Grizzly lead is 7 again. 45 seconds to go, first half. On the near side, Jeter with it, sends it across the way to Hatcher for 3 off the heel. No good. Rebounded there by the shortest person on the floor, Kenzie Edwards, who plays like she's 6 foot. Richard. Back over to Edwards. Into the corner for Robinson for 3. Short. Rebounded there by the Jays. And here comes the Junction City with 13 to go on the clock in the second quarter. Hatcher puts it up off the glass. It was a brick, but there to get the rebound was Sabula. She gets the follow-up, and that's the way the quarter will end. So at the end of 2 quarters of play, Northwest 36 and Junction City 31. We'll be back with our halftime extravaganza in 60 seconds. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly basketball. Put that up. Okay, you actually removed it too soon. Go ahead and run it. Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead and run the clip. Welcome to another segment of Meet the Grizzly. I'm joined by girls basketball player Aaliyah Richard. And Aaliyah, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you on board.
Thank you.
Are you ready for another season of Grizzly basketball?
Very ready.
So you're a sophomore. You've been through the mill one time. You went through it last year, and last year was a tough year win-wise. But you girls did have a lot of fun last year.
Yeah, we did.
So what are you thinking in terms of this year with this new team you've got?
I think we're going to do better because we're like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, we're just more connected, basically, I think.
I think the word you're looking for is chemistry.
Yeah, we have more chemistry this year.
And I have heard that from several others already here. And the coaches have said that too. They think you're bonding a lot sooner than you did last year. So with this team in place and the talent pool being different, what are your expectations for the team for this year?
I think we're going to win more games. I expect us to. Like, if we don't, that's fine, but I feel like we should be able to.
How far do you think you can go?
I think we can go all the way.
And all the way is?
To the championship, to state.
State bound, okay. That's a lofty goal, and you may just make it. We'll see what happens with that. Let's talk a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about you, siblings, etc.
I had a sister that went here last year that graduated, and I have a brother that goes to Hadley.
And will he be here next year?
Should be, yeah.
Okay, so you have a lot of family coming through Northwest, and this is your second year at Northwest. How you liking it?
It's fun. Sometimes it's boring, but it's okay. I like my teachers.
What's your favorite subject?
I think English is mine. Okay. I like writing and stuff.
Good. Let's give your teacher a plug.
My what?
Your English teacher.
Oh, my English teacher is Miss Enright.
Okay, Miss Enright. Here's your ringing endorsement here from Aaliyah Richard, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck this season and beyond. And I look forward to calling your number a lot this year.
Thank you.
Aaliyah Richard, our guest here on Meet the Grizzly. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more basketball. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Butler had a scholarship posted specifically for broadcasting. Yeah. And I told him about that. I said, hey, you need to at least look into it. Yeah, and evaluate it. And if it's something you don't want to do, you're not hurting my feelings any, but I want you to.
If it's something you enjoy doing and there's a scholarship for it and you have the opportunity to go to college and get an education.
Welcome to another segment of Welcome back to Northwest High. We've got about 5 minutes to go here in the halftime, and no band here today. I don't expect we're going to have a band for the boys' game either because school is out and everybody is on vacation. You saw all of our sponsors. I'm going to thank them one more time, and I'm going to also ask you before I do that to please subscribe to what you're watching right now, and that's NWHS Grizz. The school benefits from your subscription. It costs you nothing to subscribe, but the school benefits from it, and specifically the audiovisual program is the beneficiary of your subscription. So please punch that little button and subscribe to NWHS Grizz, and you do that, you can set yourself up to get notified for some of the non-game features that are on NWHS Grizz, including the weekly news roundup called What's Brewin', B-R-U-I-N. Totally student-driven production, and those kids do a great job putting it together. You don't have, Jonathan, you don't have anything to do with that, do you? You don't have anything to do with What's Brewin'? No, I didn't think so. But the kids that do it do a great job. And if you haven't watched it, go to NWHS Grizz, and you can find all there. I think they've done 12 segments now of What's Brewin'. Check it out. It's really kind of interesting. Hey, we want to thank our sponsors, Andrews Cleaning Service, Keystone Solid Surfaces, Taco Prano over on 21st Street in Tyler, Maid, M-A-I-D Pro of Wichita, great cleaning service, new sponsor this year to Northwest. Call them at 281-7237. Chance Transmission, Jensen Chiropractic Clinic, another new sponsor for basketball. The Christopher Daniels Jewelry and Watch Repair, 8720 West Central, another new sponsor. Todd Eflin narrates. Todd's wife is an alum of Northwest, and Todd very graciously donates his voiceover services to not only for basketball, but for football and for soccer as well. And he's done that for us for 5 years now without charging us a dime, and we sure appreciate it. If you have any voiceover work you need done for your business, get on to Todd, T-O-D-D, Eflin, EFLIN.com, and check out Todd Eflin Narrates. And, of course, our lead sponsor, Lisa Hambleton, and all the good folks at Mel Hambleton Ford at the big corner of 119th Street West and Kellogg. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge. Mel Hamilton Ford. Give you some, let's give you some scoring highlights. Barber for Northwest with 10 points. 9 points for Robinson, 6 points for Reed, 5 points, 6 points for Richard, 3 points for Navarrete, and that's the scoring for Northwest. For Junction City, 8 points for de Guzman, 5 for Jeter, 7 for Hatcher, 4 for Sabula. O'Neill has 2 3-pointers, and Holloway with 1, and that's the scoring roundup here in the first half. Grizzlies lead 36-31 at halftime. Grizzlies have 3 timeouts left, Blue Jays with 4. And the Grizzlies will get the ball to start the second half of play on the alternating possession rule. And you know everything there is to know about this game. And again, our games today are the last 2 of the first semester. We will take a 2-week break and wish you all a very pleasant and blessed holiday season. Christmas and New Year's both. Hope you get the opportunity to spend it with family. I'm going to be doing that down in southern Texas as I'm leaving for there first thing in the morning. Go have a Christmas visit with my family. All righty, we're getting ready here for quarter number 3. Grizzlies will inbound on the floor for Northwest. Viviana Wall, number 12. Sasha Reed, 24. Camera Barber, number 22. Aaliyah Richard, 21. And Innocent Robinson, 23. That's the 5 on the floor here in the third quarter. Underneath Barber's triple team, she dishes it off. Wall for 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded by the Blue Jays, and it will be for the Blue Jays to Guzman, bringing it down the floor. Now she dishes it off to Hatcher. Back over here to Jeter. Jeter, spin move, drives, dishes it off. Around the horn it goes. Holloway almost threw it away. Holloway with it again. Top of the key, puts it in the paint, and it's taken away by Viviana Wall of Northwest. It'll be a jump ball, and unfortunately on the alternating possession rule, it will go to Junction City, and a great defensive play by Viviana Wall is wasted. De Guzman dishes it off. Here's a 3-point attempt, nothing but net. And that's Jeter with the 3-pointer. That's how the third quarter starts. Grizzlies up by 2. Richard pulls it back out to check the defense. A 3-2 zone, and then she throws it away. Here comes the Blue Jays back with it. Jeter sends it around the horn. That's Hatcher with it. No, that's not. I'm sorry. That's Sabula with it. Holloway gets the rebound off the miss. She almost threw it away. And Jeter gets it and brings it back. Puts it up for 3 off the heel. No good. And Viviana Wall got the rebound, sends it up to Aaliyah Richard. Richard drives coast to coast. Can't make it go. Sabula gets the rebound. Loose ball on the floor, and this is another held ball or another jump ball, and it will go in the way of Northwest this time. Viviana Wall comes out. Navarrete comes in for her, number 30. Aubrey Navarrete, the 5'9" freshman forward. And Navarrete for 3 off the front, no good. Rebounded by Barber. Hers is missing. The putback, though, by Sasha Reed is good. And Sasha Reed with 8 points now. We need to keep her out of foul trouble because we need her offense. Underneath to Holloway off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Jeter, and she'll finish it. And I'm going to take that back. That was de Guzman. Hard to read these numbers. The Blue Jays also need a new haberdasher. There's a foul being charged to Robinson on the miss by Holloway. And that's her first. It will put Holloway on the line to shoot a pair. Chance to tie the game for Junction City. She makes the first one. That's her second point. Simpson comes in, Reed comes out. Holloway has one more shot coming. And it's off the rim, no good. The rebound will go to the Blue Jays. Hatcher with it, sends it across the way to de Guzman. Guzman in the paint, puts it up. It's short, gets her own rebound, puts it back. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot a pair. That foul's on Simpson. That's her second. De Guzman will put the first one up, and it's good. And we're tied at 38. Guzman now with a chance to put Junction City in the lead for the first time since the first quarter. She missed. The rebound to Barber, and here comes Northwest back with it. Richard on the far side will wait for the troops to come down. She does so, pulls it back out. Navarrete. Ball was tipped, goes to Barber. Over here to Navarrete. She puts up a three off the heel, no good. The rebound's going to be one. Oh boy. Barber took one in the chops. Seems to be okay. And they're calling the foul on Barber. Well, that's unfortunate. That's her third foul. She'll be taking a seat here shortly, no doubt. Fouls are adding up here for Northwest. Here's Sabula with it on the paint. Pulls it back out. 4-3. Nothing but net for O'Neal. O'Neal with 9 points, all on three-pointers. And the Grizzlies now trail by 3. Now a blocking foul is going to be charged to Hatcher. That's her first foul of the game and the first foul of the second half for the Blue Jays. Simpson comes back out. We've got Edwards, Navarrete, Richard, Barber, and Robinson on the floor. That's the 5 on the floor for Northwest. Barber puts it up. It doesn't go. Rebounded by Richard. She puts it up. It does go. Leah Richard gets her first bucket of the third quarter. And the Grizzlies are back within 1. That one gets knocked out of play. It will stay with Junction City. Out it comes. And bringing it up the floor is Barber. Barber to Richard, and a whistle away from the ball, and evidently a turnover, and it may be that Richard stepped on the base on the sideline. I didn't see the arm motion, so I don't know exactly, but I'm going to presume that to be the case. Either way, it's Blue Jays ball with 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Over here on the near side into the paint to Holloway. And Holloway almost threw it away from Hatcher. Hatcher jumps, misses. Rebound at the free throw line. It doesn't go. And it will be Barber getting the rebound for Northwest. Break there for the Grizzlies. A chance for the Northwest to take the lead here. Robinson for 3. Good! And the Grizzlies lead by 2. And a timeout being taken. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Back at Northwest High with Jonathan Scheu, Marcus Myers, Kevin Arkin with you. Blue Jays inbound coming out of the timeout. And the Grizzlies lead 43-41, 2:48 to go here in the third. There's a three, short, missing everything, going out of bounds. It'll turn over to Northwest. And I certainly hope the Blue Jays boys do not have blue on blue like the girls do. Barber. Oh, it doesn't go. There's a lid on the basket for her here. And the Blue Jays bring it down. Jeter passes it off to Sabola. Oh, good save, too, to keep it in play. And now, did it go out of bounds? Yes, it did. It will turn over to Northwest. 2:19 to go here in the third. Grizzlies with a chance to add to their 2-point lead. They led by 8 after 1 and 5 at halftime. And 4-3, Barber, count it! Barber. Kamara Barber gets, she has 13 points in the game. And the Grizzlies lead by 5 again. And there's one thrown away. At worst, it'll be over and back, but here's a free play for Robinson. Up and get in there. Yes, sir. It counts. Robinson has 5 in this quarter. And the Grizzlies lead by a touchdown. In the paint to Holloway. She dishes it back out. And de Guzman finishes it. Nice play by de Guzman. She has 5 in the quarter as well. And we have a foul called, I believe, after the Grizzlies coughed it up. It's on Kenzie Edwards. That's her first. It's the 4th team foul of the half for the Grizzlies. Blue Jays only have 1. They don't foul much. I'll say that for them. And we have substitutions coming in for Northwest. We'll give them to you here as quickly as we can. In the paint to Holloway, and she can't miss it from the free throw line. Robinson gets the rebound. On the floor with her is Alondra Morales, that's 31, Mariah Staten, Kenzie Edwards, Viviana Wall, Sasha Reed, and I said Robinson, I missed somebody. Let me try it again. We got Kenzie Edwards, Sasha Reed, Viviana Wall, Robinson, and Staten, and that's the 5 on the floor. Viviana Wall puts one up off the rim, no good. And Viviana Wall is still shut out in this game. Here's one underneath to Holloway. She dishes it back out for de Guzman. 3-point try. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Wall. A nice job by Viviana defensively on that play. 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Robinson with the ball. They're going to play for 1. 5 to go. Robinson. And it goes out of play. And with 0.6 seconds to go, Whose ball is it going to be? It's going to be Grizzly basketball. Staten comes out and Barber comes back in. They're going to go for an easy lay-in here. It's the only thing they've got. And doesn't go. At the end of 3 quarters of play, it's Northwest 48, Junction City 43 in the girls' game of the Challenge Series. We'll be back with the 4th quarter. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly basketball. Set for the 4th quarter here at Northwest High School. It'll be the Blue Jays inbounding the ball to begin the 4th quarter. And it will be Sabula inbounding the ball. Hatcher with it. Back to Sabula, and there's a foul on Kenzie Edwards. Silly foul. It's her second. It's the team 5th. We'll do it all over again here. It'll be Sabola inbounding to Jeter. Jeter. Holloway with it in the paint. Gives it back out to Hatcher for 3 off the... Oh, she missed everything. And it will be Kamira Barber bringing it down. To Edwards for 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Sabola, and here comes Junction City back. 7:25 to go, 4th quarter. Grizzlies up by 5. They have led most of the game, and there's a blocking foul being charged against Sasha Reed, and that's number 4 on Reed. Reed will come out, and Aaliyah Richard will come in. Navarrete will also come in, and Robinson will take a breather. So besides those two in the game, we've got Kenzie Edwards, Kamira Barber, and Viviana Wall. That's the 5 on the floor for Northwest. They line up in a 2-3 zone, and the rebound by Wall. She's done a good job on the defensive boards today, has Viviana. Richard goes up. She's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Only the 2nd team foul of the half for the Blue Jays. Foul is on Sabula. It is her first. Grizzlies only have, the Blue Jays only have 3 fouls in the game. First one by Richard is good. Leah Richard having a pretty decent night with 3, 4, 6, 9 points. Trying to get into double digits, and she does. Richard with 10. It's okay. Loose ball on the floor. Is it a turnover? Yes. She traveled with it. It will belong to Northwest, and the Grizzlies have a chance to add now to their 7-point lead. Richard will inbound to Kenzie Edwards. Back to Richard. High pressure being put on by the Jays. Now Barber brings it across the timeline. Navarrete, lay it in, yes! Aubrey Navarrete has 5. And the Grizzlies lead by 9 again. In the paint, that one get loose, rebounded there by Hatcher. And Hatcher has it knocked out of play, and they're saying Hatcher touched it last. It'll be Northwest basketball. Navarrete will inbound for the Grizzlies. She gives it to Barber all the way over to Richard. Clock running, 6:25 to go, fourth quarter. Edwards for three, missed everything. And the rebound by Richard, good job. Barber has it. Barber, a little indecisive, almost walked with it. Back to Edwards. Navarrete for a long three. That's going to be wide and rebounded by Sabula. She gives it to Jeter, and here come the Jays back. Underneath to Holloway. Back to Sabula, up and missing. Rebound to the Grizzlies, and it'll be Kenzie Edwards bringing the ball up the floor to Richard. Richard driving in the paint off the glass, doesn't go. She's fouled. She'll go to the line, and she will shoot a pair. Fouls on Holloway, and that is Holloway's first foul of the game. Richard at the line to shoot a pair. The first one is up, and it's good. Aaliyah Richard having one heck of a night. Holloway comes out. Biggest person on the floor takes a seat. O'Neal takes her place, and the second one by Richard misses, and the lead is 10. 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Hatcher picked her pocket, did Barber, and up and lay it in. Yes, ma'am. Kamira Barber puts it in. Into the corner it goes. Back into the paint now, and pass is intercepted by Kenzie Edwards. She sends it up to Barber. Grizzlies playing some great defense. Barber, yes! Barber gets two more, and the Grizzlies lead by 14. That's their biggest lead of the night. Have a foul called. I think it's going to be on Edwards. It is, and it's her third. Edwards will come out, and into the game for Northwest is number 10, Amaya Alvarez, a 5'7" freshman guard. And Alvarez into the game for the first time. So it's Alvarez, Navarrete, Wall, Barber, and Richard. So in the game right now, 4 of the 5 players were not on this team last year. Here's Jeter with it. She sends it across the way, pulling it out and taking a three off the heel, no good. Sabula gets the rebound, and her shot is blocked and stolen by Barber. Pretty good defensive play there by Kamira Barber to Wall. Oh, and Wall can't finish it. Gets the rebound, and it doesn't go, but she's going to go to the line now, and Viviana Wall will shoot a pair. Wall hasn't been able to find the basket all night. This is a chance for her to score for the first time. 4:24 remaining, 57-45 Grizzlies. First one is up, and it misses. Wall's having a tough day offensively, but boy, has she played defense. Second one is up, and it's good. Wall gets on the scoreboard, making 1 out of 2, and it's a 13-point lead. O'Neal with it to Sabula, top of the key. Sabula drives, forgets the ball. Grizzlies get it back. And here comes Northwest back with it. Barber on the far side brings it down. She's going to drive. She's going to dish it off to Wall. Wall back to Barber, and Barber was doing a dance out there trying to keep from losing her balance and ended up traveling with it. Navarrete takes a seat, and Robinson comes back in for Northwest. Jays will inbound the ball with 4 minutes remaining in the fourth. And now we have another travel by Hatcher. It'll be Grizzly basketball. Barber will inbound to Robinson. To Wall. Wall for three. Good! Viviana Wall finally made it. It's 61-45, biggest lead of the night. Around the horn, far side. And there's a three-pointer by Jeter that's good. Jeter has 3 3-pointers in the game. Timeout's been taken. It's a full timeout. Let's take it with them. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly basketball. Come out of the timeout, back underway. Grizzlies with it. Robinson brings it across the timeline. 3:20 to go, fourth quarter. Grizzlies up by 15. Their biggest lead of the game. Robinson tried to go up with it, didn't take the ball with her, and they're going to say she turned it over. Sasha Reed will come back in. She'll replace Alvarez. Maya Alvarez takes a seat, and the Blue Jays bring it down the floor. Into the paint, Sasha Reed picks their pocket. Here we go. Robinson brings it down the floor, pulls it out. Into the paint she goes, pulls it up. It doesn't go. Rebound to Robinson. Sasha Reed off the glass. Yes! Sasha Reed finishes it, and the lead is back up to 15. Holloway has her pass blocked, and Viviana Wall comes away with it. In the corner for Robinson, back out to Richard. Richard thought about it, now brings it out to the paint. Into Barber. Barber spin move up off the glass, doesn't go. She's fouled, she'll go to the line. She's going to shoot two. Foul is on Jeter, and that's her first. Pretty good for someone who's been in the game the whole time. Fifth team foul on the Blue Jays, and the Grizzlies have 7. Here's the first free throw. It's short by Barber. So the Blue Jays are already in the bonus. I wonder if, one moment here. If you'll punch that little thing right there that says BNS on it or whatever. Yeah, that's the bonus button. If you do that, it'll come up on the scoreboard. Barber makes 1 out of 2. There's an easy lay-in for Aaliyah Richard. Both those girls having monster games. There's a foul being charged. Now, every time they call a foul, I'm going to grimace, thinking who it might be that's in trouble. It's Viviana Wall, and that's only her first foul. Good job for the young lady playing such great defense with only 1 foul. Holloway gets the free throw. She has 3 points, all from the line. And the second one is also good. Grizzlies will inbound, leading by 16. Less than 2 minutes to go. Barber brings it across the timeline. Grizzlies looking pretty good here. And Sasha Reed loses the handle, but Richard comes away with it. Aaliyah Richard out to Innocent Robinson. I'm going to ask someone a question. That one goes off the glass.
I'm not sure how many losses, but we've only had one win.
I was told you were 4-0.
We won Thursday.
That would make you 5-0. If what I was told is correct. No?
We've lost every game until
Okay.
that one.
All right. O'Neal's at the line shooting a pair. She missed the first one and was inquiring with the videographer for Junction City as to what the state of affairs was with their girls team, and I was incorrect when I told you earlier that they were undefeated coming into today. I'm told just the opposite. They got their first win on Thursday night, so they would be 1-4 coming into today. Grizzlies miss. 1 minute to go in the fourth. And there's an interception by Sasha Reed. She gets it to Robinson. Robinson drives the length of the floor, puts it up, and she's fouled. She's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. Robinson has a chance to add to the lead here with no time moving off the clock. And after this, both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the game. Robinson's first one is good. Wholesale changes for Northwest. We'll give them to you. Robinson is still in the game, and she's going to come out too after the shot. Into the game is for Northwest is Anaya Simpson, number 5. Staten, 31. Mackenzie Edwards comes back in. J.C. Scheu, the 5'4" freshman guard, is in the game, and the final person on the floor for Northwest is Nikayla Parker, number 34, a 5'9" freshman guard. That one misses, and Edwards gets the rebound. 30 seconds to go in the contest. Simpson tried to get it to Staten. It was intercepted by Holloway, and here comes Jeter down the floor with it. She'll put it up. Missing, gets her own rebound and sinks it. Jeter gets her second. And Edwards, with 10 seconds to go in the game now, will give it to Staten. Staten back to Edwards, and that should do it. Scheu has it to Edwards, and that's it. We are final here at Northwest, and your final score in the girls' game of the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail and Greater Wichita Athletic League Challenge Series. Northwest 68 and Junction City 53. We're going to be back with head coach Andy Hill and our pregame show for the boys' game after this 1 minute timeout. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. At Northwest, where the girls win 68-53 over the Junction City girls. We'll give you a quick scoring recap for both teams, and I'm going to have to add these up on the fly. So please bear with me as I do so. Let's start with Junction City. For De Guzman, 5, 8, 10, 12, 13 points for her. Jeter with 15. Hatcher had 7. Sabula had 4. O'Neill with 12, including 3 3-pointers. And Holloway with 4, all from the line. For Northwest, Kenzie Edwards had 2. Viviana Wall with 4, all in the fourth quarter. Aaliyah Richard with 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 for Richard. Kamira Barber had 13, 18 points. Innocent Robinson with 7, 9, 11, 14, 15 points for Robinson. Sasha Reed, who was in foul trouble but hung in there throughout the game, had 9, 12, 14, 15 points of her own. I take that back. That was Robinson. Sasha Reed had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And Aubrey Navarrete with 5 points, 3 in the first, and a basket in the fourth quarter. And that's the scoring summary. Grizzlies improved to 2 and 4 on the season. And Junction City, if my information is correct, falls to 1 and 5. But I'm not sure that's 100% correct. We're going to go ahead. We've got a long break in between games. We'll tell you that now. We're going to go ahead and tell you that because the games are running ahead of schedule. This game is actually not, the boys' game is not actually scheduled to start until 6 o'clock. They're going to start it almost a half an hour early. They're going to start it 32 minutes from now. So you can mark that on your clock, but we're going to go ahead and let you listen to head coach Andy Hill in the pregame show, as we always do, and then we'll be back. We'll talk a little bit, and we'll probably give you a little bit of a silent Sunday so we can all catch our breath here. Our executive producer, Jonathan Scheu, has gone to get us a snack. We're going to enjoy that while we're watching head coach Andy Reid. Thanks for joining us, and again, our apologies for having this game for you on a delayed basis. Because of the scheduling of the games and everything that was going on. Do me a favor and unplug that, please. Thank you. Due to the scheduling of the games and the fact that the games earlier today were running ahead of schedule, they started the girls' game early. And because they did that, we did not have time to test much of anything. Everything had to work the first time or we were cooked. And it didn't. We do not know why it didn't work. But since it's the last game of the semester, we'll have something to investigate come semester break. So we apologize again for having to delay these two games, and I'm sure glad you folks decided to stick with us and watch them on NWHS Grizz. Let's switch it over now to head coach Andy Hill after this 1-minute timeout. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball.
Get out there. Join the fun. Support your team.
Okay, it's time to change gears here and switch from the girls to the boys, and we always do that, beginning with a visit with the head boys varsity coach, Andy Hill. Coach, start off by taking a look back at our last game against South, our home opener on Tuesday, and I know that you were a little disappointed at the result.
Yeah, it was. It was disappointing not to get that one. We can't. There was no fault of effort or the kids trying or wanting to do it. I mean, we played really hard. We just didn't make plays when we needed to make plays, didn't make, layups, shots at the rim when we needed to hit them. And then certainly free throws were another big factor. we go 6 for 14 from the line. You shoot 50% or just above 50%, you win the game. So a lot of factors that led to that. And then, ultimately, I didn't have them ready. I didn't have them ready to deal with Parker, their big guy. Just gave us fits all night long, and I didn't have good enough answers for our guys on how we needed to adjust to that. So a learning experience for everybody, and that's all we can do is learn from it and move on.
And we certainly want to give credit where credit is due. And you mentioned it before I did, because I was going to mention Parker Hargrave and the outstanding game that he had. And he didn't even start, which kind of surprised me. I thought he would be in the starting lineup, and he was not. But he came in, and he just basically took charge of the game by standing under the basket and laying him in all night long.
Yeah, he really did. He's a load for sure. Really, obviously the size, but he's talented and skilled as well. He's got a soft touch around the rim, and compliments to Coach Gunner for utilizing him well, and all those guys for kind of understanding where their advantage was over us, and we just didn't have the size to really have an answer for him the other night, and he played really well. And yeah, I think we were up like 8-2 when he came in the game, and it just turned on a dime. And, again, later in the second half, we're able to build another lead when he was out, and then he comes back in, and same thing happens. So he played really well. He's certainly going to be a problem this year, I think, for a lot of teams.
And what a factor he was in the game. We started off on an 8-0 run, and then he comes into the game, and the next thing you do, you look up at the scoreboard, and we're trailing 10-8.
Yeah, just like that. And, again, I take a lot of responsibility for that, just for not having an answer for our guys and not, making some kind of adjustment, giving them something better that they could have felt more confident in going to execute. So we'll be ready for the next time.
And we're on the road now for a couple of games, starting out here tonight at North High. And what can you tell us about this squad this year?
They play really, really hard, and I think they're with year two with Coach Bailey over there, who does a really good job with them. And I think what I've seen from their two games so far is they're further along at this point, it seems like, and they've got a better understanding of their system and what Coach Bailey's trying to do with them. And they execute some things really well. They move very well offensively. The ball moves a lot. They play unselfish basketball. It's a program and a team that's improving a lot. It's still early in the season. It hasn't shown up for them yet, in W's, but I think they're going to be much better this year, and we're going to have to be ready.
And I think we can say that pretty much about any team in the City League this year. It seems like across the board there's a lot of improvement in all of the programs that were struggling last year, including ours. I think we're improved over last year. But, in some cases, like you said, it hasn't shown up in the one-loss column yet, and that includes us.
Yeah, I mean, you look around and, South certainly seems like they've taken a step forward. Bishop Carroll's going to be, back to kind of what – they were down a little bit last year, but they'll be back more to what we've grown to expect from them. Capon is still, if they have gotten better, that's frightening because they were really dang good last year. But you could make the argument that they have. Same with Heights. I think there's a couple new coaches, and Southeast and East I think are going to get it moving also. So yeah, it's as always a really competitive league, and we're hoping that we can find our footing in there and be battling at the top.
Wouldn't want it any other way, that's for sure. So, injury situation for tonight?
No injuries. We're going to be without LJ Phillips. He is taking a college visit, recruiting visit up to, I think he said South Dakota. So we'll definitely miss him, but we also wish him well, and we know that football is his first love, and that's what's going to pay for him to go get an education. So he definitely needs to go on that visit, and we hope he has a good one.
Do you know, I don't know this, is he going to South Dakota or South Dakota State?
That's a great question. He told me last night, and I can't keep straight which one it was. I believe he said South Dakota.
Okay, they both play in the Missouri Valley Football League, and they're both quality programs. The South Dakota State in Brookings in particular seems to make the 1AA playoffs every single year. So he would be a fine addition to any football team, no matter whether it's those two or any others. But somebody in South Dakota looks like they may have a chance at capturing a big one.
Yeah, whoever you get a kid like LJ in your program, you're going to be fortunate to have him. And everything he can do on that football field is great and going to benefit any program. But it's all the extra stuff you can get with him, and just the high character type of young man that he is. He's a joy to have in your program. Football, basketball, anything. I know he played baseball last year for Coach Starr, or he would have if he wasn't injured. And coaches just love to have him in their program. So he's a great kid, and hope he has a great visit.
And the basketball team is blessed as well. So wish you the best of luck tonight against North High, and we'll look forward to a visit before our game Tuesday when we travel across town again over to Southeast.
That sounds good, Kevin. Thank you.
Head coach Andy Hill on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and then we'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the play-by-play of tonight's game against North High, and Leslie Bravo will join me as well. Stay tuned. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Northwest High. As you can see by the clock, we're about 12 minutes away from the start of the second game here at Northwest, and we're going to go ahead and take another time out here. We owe our sponsors so much. Hear the list one more time. Stay with us. Viking thing. What a choke job by the Colts. Thanks for calling me, Freddie, but I can't do a thing about it. I am busy. And besides, Mass was over 30 minutes ago. I forgot we don't have any help. You got better handwriting than I do, I'll say that. Good man. What I'm going to do. Perfect. Use that. I wonder if Henderson's still sick. They're starting Scheu. I'm surprised. All right, we welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in between games of the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail and Greater Wichita Athletic League Showcase Challenge games. 4 games being played here at Northwest today, and the Grizzlies involved in 2 of them. The Grizzly girls, if you're just joining us, The Grizzly girls won their game against Junction City 68-53. They go to 2-4 on the season. And the boys are about to play. Earlier today, Derby played Bishop Carroll in the boys contest, and Derby won that one. I don't have a score for you. I just know that Derby won. And then the Bishop Carroll girls played the Life Prep girls in the second game, and Bishop Carroll won that game by 10 points. So those are the three games before today, and it's kind of a different atmosphere here at Northwest today because we're on Christmas break here, winter break, and as a result, there's no band here. Junction City did not bring a bunch of fans down, which you would expect. They're either watching this on NFHS by subscription or watching us or listening to their local radio is supposed to be here somewhere, although I have not seen them in the building, so I don't think they made it down. So if you're watching us from the Junction City community, we are happy to have you on board, and we welcome you. And again, we apologize for our decision to make this an upload tape delay event. We will actually have it. We actually tried to get it out live, and something is happening. We're not exactly sure what it is, to be honest with you, but we could not get a connection to YouTube. So for that reason, we decided to go ahead and just record it and call that another day at the office, as they say. For the boys, the only thing I don't know for sure is whether or not Jerome Henderson is a scratch. You heard Coach Hill indicate that might be the case, that might be a possibility of Jerome Henderson not playing. He's been sick for better than a week and has not practiced much. So it's very possible that the Grizzlies have decided to make him a scratch tonight. He is not in the starting lineup that was given to us. Everybody else is good to go. Tayshawn Williams is back and will start tonight. So that's good news, of course. And, in the meantime, as we talked about on the pregame interview, Darian Hammond did a great job in Tayshawn Williams' place, and he'll be available. I know we'll see him tonight. I would expect we'll see a lot of Liam Calvert as well. So a lot going on. Grizzlies have taken the floor to warm up, and I do not see Jerome Henderson out there. So he is obviously still ill and is not going to be here tonight. This is our last game of the calendar year as the kids are on winter break. This is the only game being played during winter break. Unlike the good old days when I was in school, my high school back in St. Louis played in a basketball tournament over Christmas break. We actually played the tournament between Christmas and New Year's. And it was played at Rosary High School and appropriately called the Rosary Tournament. And then the 4 years that I was in high school at Chaminade, my high school won that tournament twice. And that was the only thing they did all year was to win that tournament. So that was kind of a good memory for us. And again, that basketball was played during the Christmas break, so they didn't have to worry about school the next day or anything like that. But they shut it all down here in Kansas between Christmas and between the end of the first semester and the return. Our next game will be on the day kids come back to school. That will be on, tell you the exact date of that. One moment, please. That will be on Tuesday, the 3rd of January, which is the day the kids come back, I believe. Or they come back. You come back the 3rd or the 4th, do you know? 3rd. January 3rd, so that'll be our first game, and it will be against East High, and it will be played right here in the Northwest High gym. So that's when we shall return. Kind of stalling here. We still have 2 minutes to go before the introduction of the players and the national anthem.
This is game 4 of the GWAL Challenge here at Northwest. The last game matches up the Junction City Blue Jays with your Northwest Grizzlies. Ladies and gentlemen, activity programs at Northwest High School are for the student participants.
They're making the preliminary announcements about the games and the fact this is a challenge game, and of course this is an extension of the classroom for the kids because this is a school activity, as is, I might add, your webcast here is an extension of the classroom as well. It's a student-driven production, and tonight we're a little thin on bodies. It'll just be Jonathan Scheu and myself here at the controls tonight. We're going to be running a man short, looks like. Hoping against hope somebody comes up here, but kids aren't in school, and they're just, a lot of them are gone. So we just couldn't get anything going, so as far as help was concerned. So it'll be Jonathan and me, and we're going to give you a good view of the game for sure here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we do the starting lineups, I'd like to remember a colleague, a friend, and longtime coach that passed away yesterday, Coach Ronnie Allen, who was a Hall of Fame coach at East High School, Hall of Fame player at Southeast High School, and a Kansas Hall of Fame coach. At this time, we remember Ronnie with a moment of silence. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to get into our starting lineups. All right, first for the Junction City Blue Jays. They are visitors this evening.
All right, they're going right to the player introductions here, and for the Blue Jays,
Number 1, Deontay Baker.
Deontay Baker is a 6-foot-high senior wearing number 1 for the Blue Jays. And for Northwest, it'll be number 2, 5'9", junior guard Tayshawn Williams. For Junction City, Jackson Austin, wearing number 4, is a 6'1" sophomore. For Northwest, it will be number 5, Eli Benning, a 5'11" sophomore guard. For the Jays, Sheldon Butler Lawson, number 11, is a 6'3" senior. And for Northwest, it'll be number 10, David Hudspeth, a 5'9" senior guard. For the Jays, number 23 is Michael Boganowski. He's a junior at 6'4". And for Northwest, number 22, Javon Glover. Glover is a 6'4" forward. He's a senior. And finally, for the Jays, Larkin Turner, number 34. Turner is a 6'2" sophomore. And for Northwest, number 24, 5'8" senior guard, L.J. Phillips, being introduced. Grizzlies are in their white uniforms, and the Jays are in their blue-on-blue uniforms. They got the same problem with their numbers that I did with the girls. Blue-on-blue just doesn't cut it. We need to talk to their haberdasher. For the starting tip, for the Jays, it'll be number 11, Shelder Butler Lawson, and Javon Glover for Northwest, and we are underway right now. Jays win the tip And around the horn it goes. Butler Lawson had it for a moment, dishes it off there to Baker, number 1. In the paint, going up and not scoring. Getting the rebound, however, are the Blue Jays, and Larkin Turner gets the first bucket of the game for either team. Williams to Glover, Glover to Phillips. Underneath to Glover, and count it. Glover gets the first bucket for the Grizzlies. We're tied at 2. 1 minute gone, first quarter. Grizzlies defensively playing man-to-man. Here's a 3 attempt, nothing but net from Deontay Baker. And it's 5-2, JC. There's Tayshaun Williams to Glover. Glover thought about it, drives in the paint, lays it in. Javon Glover gets 2 more. He's got all 4 of Northwest points. It's 5-4 Jays. Over on the far side, Baker with it. And there's one, a pick by L.J. Phillips, and unfortunately the ball goes out of play, and it will be Junction City's ball. Butler Lawson with it. He gives it to Austin. And now Baker has it underneath. Double teamed, and the ball taken away momentarily, and out of play it goes. Northwest basketball. A couple of substitutions coming in for Junction City would be T.J. Jones and Lavelle Autry. Back underway here in the first quarter. Benning will bring it across the timeline. Grizzlies down by 1. In the paint it goes to Glover. Back out to Benning. Tayshaun Williams thought about a 3, puts it back down. Underneath, L.J. Phillips, and it does not go, and it's rebounded by Junction City, and here come the Jays back. Unfortunate for LJ. Tough man-to-man being played here. High pressure by Northwest. Hudspeth working hard. That's Autry. And we have a foul called. T.J. Jones picks up the first foul of the game for either team. Tayshaun Williams inbounds the ball for Northwest. Benning on the near side with it. Underneath to Glover. Glover, spin move off the glass, doesn't go, and rebounded by Jones. Here comes the Blue Jays back. Underneath, and is that a walk? Yes, it is. Travel is called. It'll be Grizzly basketball. Grizzlies will sub in Sincere Thompson and Liam Calvert, and they will replace L.J. Phillips and David Hudspeth. Back underway. Approaching 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Tayshaun Williams with the ball for Northwest. Driving, has his pocket picked, but it goes out of play and will stay with the Grizzlies. Inbounded by Benning. Far side. Glover gives it to Calvert for 3. off the rim, no good. Rebounded by, out of play for, it'll go to the Blue Jays. Deontay Baker leaves it for Autry. Back to Baker. Now around the horn it goes into the far corner for Jones. Jones puts up a three. It misses. Baker gets the rebound in the paint. Underneath and an easy lay-in. That time for Jackson. He's got his first 2 points of the game. Grizzlies trail 7-4. To Calvert. Calvert to Tayshawn Williams. Underneath to Liam Calvert. He goes up. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and he'll shoot a pair. Foul's going to be charged. Boganowski picks up his first. Team foul number 2 on the Blue Jays. Liam Calvert at the line to shoot a pair. First one is good. And he's on the scoreboard. Makes them both. 7-6, Grizzlies trail. Williams gets it, brings it back. His shot is blocked. It's rebounded by Thompson. Glover sends it in the corner to Benning. Benning to Calvert. Calvert puts up a three. It comes off the rim, no good, and it's rebounded. Now a foul's been called on Sincere Thompson. First team foul on the Grizzlies tonight. Benning takes a seat. We'll reset the lineup here for you in just a moment. Jays have it around the horn. There's a steal by L.J. Phillips. Off the glass and count it. L.J. gets his first bucket of the night. And the Grizzlies lead 8-7. In the paint for the Jays. There's a block by L.J. Phillips. And are they calling him for the foul? They are. That's unfortunate. That's his first. I thought it was a good defensive play myself. At the line, Sheldon Butler-Lawson makes the first one to tie the game at 8. We still haven't reset the lineup. We'll do that here as soon as we get a chance. Keep in mind that yours truly is doing the work of 3 people, and so is Jonathan Scheu. Makes them both. Jays have the lead again. On the floor, Tayshawn Williams. His pass to Calvert, too high, and coming away with it is Baker for the Jays. Into the paint it goes. And a nice shot by Turner. And the Grizzlies down by 3. We've got Williams, we've got Thompson. Darian Hammond, number 4, is in the game now. L.J. Phillips and Liam Calvert. Calvert gives it to Thompson to Williams. Tayshawn Williams back outside to Thompson. Back to Calvert. Calvert to Thompson. He pulls it back out. 1-3-1 zone for JC. Here's Williams for 3. Good! Tayshawn Williams for 3. And that one goes out of play. It's over and back anyway, so it'll be a turnover to Northwest. Glover comes back in. We have 46 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Calvert sits down. We've got Williams and Hammond. Williams, Hammond, Glover for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hammond. Williams off the glass, count it. Tayshawn Williams has 5 points. Grizzlies lead by 2. And there's a nice play to tie it up by Baker. Williams and underneath to L.J. Phillips. To Williams. That was almost stolen in the corner for Hammond. Good! Darian Hammond for 3 at the buzzer. Wow. At the end of 1, it's Northwest 16 and Junction City 13. We'll be back with the second quarter after this. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Grizzlies will inbound to start the second quarter. On the floor for the Grizzlies, Eli Benning, David Hudspeth, Javon Glover, L.J. Phillips, and Darian Hammond. Hammond for 3. Missed everything that time. And we have a whistle. And a fouls on Javon Glover. That's his first. Third team foul on Northwest. Across the timeline come the Jays. Baker with it right in front of us. Hudspeth all over him. He dishes it off. And that one dribbles right out of play by Boganowski. It'll turn it over to Northwest. Inbounded by Hudspeth to Benning. And we have a foul call. Benning went down hard. Not a foul? They must have called him for the travel then. In any case, it's going to be Blue Jays basketball. Bringing it across the timeline is T.J. Jones. Baker with it. On the near side, it comes to Austin. Taken away by the Grizzlies. Williams with it in the paint. Dishes it off to Hudspeth for 3 off the rim. No good. The rebound on the floor is loose. And coming away with it are the Blue Jays. Almost stolen by L.J. Phillips. That one is poked out of play. Good defensive play. It'll stay, however, with the Blue Jays. I think the referees are trying to figure out whose ball it is, but it should be and is Blue Jays ball. Nice play under the glass, Boganowski. And it's 16-15. Williams will bring it across the timeline. Over on the near side, Benning back to Williams. Almost had that one picked off. And there's a foul called. Whistle blows. Foul is going to be on Austin. That's his first. Inbounded. There's Benning with a three. Count it. And the Grizzlies takes a bigger lead. Benning's first points of the night. Baker has it for Junction City. He goes up. No basket. Call the foul on the charge on Baker. Grizzly basketball on the turnover. Benning has it for Northwest. 6 minutes to go, second quarter. Grizzlies up 19-15. On the far side is Williams. He puts up an air ball, rebounded by the Jays. They work it down. Boganowski puts it up. No. We have a whistle on the play, and a foul's being called on Glover. Javon Glover picks up his second, team foul number 4, each team with that number. And a shooting foul here will put Boganowski on the line to shoot a pair. His first one is good. Boganowski's second one is good. 19-17, Boganowski with 4 points all in this quarter. Hudspeth having a hard time. Calvert can't get the pass. Here come the Jays back, and now we have another whistle. Liam Calvert gets called with a foul. That's number 5 on the Grizzlies. Round the horn it goes. That was Lawson with it. And a basket by Turner ties the game. Benning to Williams. Williams drives it close to the paint. Count it. Tayshawn Williams with 2. He's got 7 in the game. We missed him the other night. That's, oh boy, LJ just took one of the chops. There's a sky hook that falls to tie the game. That's from Lawson. Hudspeth up to Phillips, into the corner for Benning. Benning across the way to Calvert. Out to Tayshawn Williams. Williams underhanded, misses, and the rebound to the Jays. Here they come on the far side. And Liam Calvert draws the charge. And, you know, we learned something at Southeast about Liam Calvert drawing charges. He's awfully good at it. Problem was there were 3 that he drew that were called blocking fouls in error, as everyone pretty much acknowledged. Grizzlies get the ball, tie score at 21. Calvert for 3, way short. Rebounded there by Austin. Here come the Jays back. He dishes it off. Back to Austin for 3, and it's good for 3 points. And that's his first bucket of the night. A timeout's been called by Northwest. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here and tell you how much we appreciate all of our sponsors. Oops, I did that wrong. Timeout's on Northwest, folks. We want to thank all of our sponsors again: Andrews Cleaning Service, Keystone Solid Services, Taco Prano at 21st Street in Tyler, Maid, MAID Pro of Wichita. Get your house cleaned at 281-7237. Chance Transmission Service, Jensen Chiropractic Clinic, Christopher Daniels Jewelry and Watch Repair, Todd Eflin narrates, and of course our lead sponsor, Mel Hambledon Ford. We thank them all for their support of Grizzly basketball on the web. Grizzlies will inbound here. Williams to Benning. Sincere Thompson, Liam Calvert, and David Hudspeth also on the floor at the moment. Back to Hudspeth in the corner. Benning for three. Good! Eli Benning, and we're tied at 24. Grizzlies in a 2-3 zone. Now they break it. Shot misses. Who's going to get the rebound? Jays get it. Putback misses. Ball saved, and a nice save it was by Benning, but it went right to the Blue Jays. That one is blocked out of bounds by David Hudspeth, and a nice defensive play by David. There's a three-pointer by Baker, rims in and out, rebounded by Benning. Here come the Grizzlies back. 2.5 to go, second quarter. Grizzlies and Blue Jays tied at 24. Another good close ball game here for the guys of Northwest. That goes out of play and will stay with the Blue Jays. I'm sorry, it stays with Northwest. Hudspeth will inbound. On the near side, it comes to Benning. Benning to the free throw line. Now back out to Benning. Williams on the far side. Triple teamed, and there is a long three-pointer by Benning, and he's short. That one goes out of play, and it will turn over to the Blue Jays. 2:01 to go in the second quarter. Blue Jays with it from 10 feet, rolls off the rim. Benning gets the rebound. Here comes Northwest. Calvert with it on the far side. Liam back to Hudspeth for three. Short. The rebound to Benning. Benning at the free throw line. Driving off the glass. Doesn't go. Thompson on the putback. Count it. Sincere Thompson gets his first bucket of the night, and the Grizzlies take the lead. And here's a rebound off a miss, and that should be an easy lay-in, and it is for Hudspeth, and Hudspeth gets his first basket of the night. 28-24, Grizzlies lead. Just over a minute to go in the second quarter. Around the horn it goes. There's a long three missing, rebounded by Williams. Williams sends a long one to Hudspeth. David puts it up off the glass. Count it. Hudspeth gets back-to-back baskets, and a timeout has been called. I believe that's going to be taken by Junction City. See if it's a full minute or not. And we don't know. We're going to go ahead and take a break, whether it's long or not. We'll be back. Stay with us. underway here in the second quarter. Inside 50 seconds to go now. And there's a turnover to Northwest. Hudspeth will inbound to Williams. Williams brings it across the timeline. 33 to go. They may play for one here. If I was Northwest, I would probably do the same. Hudspeth back out to Williams, and they are playing for the final shot. Williams pulls it back out. 15 to go. In the corner to Benning. Benning to Sincere. Thompson, and count it. And that's how the second quarter will end. We are at halftime, and our score after 2 periods of play. It's Northwest 32 and Junction City 24. We'll be back. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Jonathan Scheu, Kevin Arkin at halftime here at Northwest. Northwest leads 32 to 24, an 8-point lead at halftime over the Junction City Blue Jays. The girls won their game also tonight. If you weren't with us, they won 68 to 53 over the Junction City girls. We're going to let me quickly give you a scoring summary, and then Jonathan and I are going to take a breather, and we'll let you watch the clock run. For Junction City, Deontay Baker with 5, all in the first quarter. Jackson Austin, a 3-pointer in the second quarter. Sylvester Jackson for 2. Sheldon Butler Lawson with 4. Michael Boganowski with 4. Larkin Turner with 6. That's 10, 14, 17. Got them all. For Northwest, Tayshawn Williams with 7. Darian Hammond with 3. Eli Benning with 6, David Hudspeth with 4, Liam Calvert with 2, Sincere Thompson with 4, Javon Glover with 4, and LJ Phillips with 2. That's a total of 32 for Northwest. Foul-wise, the only person in the game with 2 fouls or more is Glover, and he has 2. With 1 foul each for Northwest is Calvert, Thompson, and Phillips. And for the Junction City crew, Baker has 1. T.J. Jones, Laval Autry, Jackson Austin, and Boganowski all have 1 each. We're going to take about a 6-minute breather, or 5-minute breather, and then we'll be back with the second half. Stay with us. Glad to have you. Grizzlies lead 32-24. didn't mention that. I need to mention that when we come back. Was it 36-33?
39-36.
Oh, they got a touchdown in overtime.
39-36.
39-36. Who would have thought that? When I was listening to the game coming here, and I watched the first half at home, and when I got here, they were trailing by 15. And they had just thrown, what's his face? Had thrown an interception.
Kirk Cousins.
Cousins had thrown an interception at the 5-yard line. Well, you're driving for a score. What? And then radio, they still got a lot of time players. This game's not over. My God, gosh, I couldn't believe it.
Justin Jefferson is going to be one of the greatest receivers.
He is good.
He's going to be top 5 all time.
He's the reason they are 11-3. It isn't Kirk Cousins.
He broke Randy Moss's record for.
Yeah, I knew that. All right, 2 minutes. Somebody's going to triple. I know somebody's going to triple.
Yeah, those kids have been running back here all
I know. I need to walk. You know what I could do? I should have put the wagon behind it. Dad is trying to get him down. And all credit to Dad.
He's doing all he can.
Well, I know how they could solve the problem. We could close the gate. That's what I want to do. I gotta go home and pack tonight.
Where are you going?
Austin.
That's where I lived before I came here.
Oh, really? What part of Austin?
Leander area.
I don't know where that is.
It's like what Maze is to Wichita.
Okay. You know where Georgetown is now?
Yeah.
David lives in Georgetown. He bought a house there a year ago.
That's around where we lived, was Georgetown, Leander.
Oh, we love that. It's a cute town.
Yeah.
Cute town.
The only bad part about living down there is it takes 20 minutes to get wherever you live.
Traffic is small.
I know.
In Austin itself, it's bad. And
It's better than Dallas, though.
it is. I don't know if I can agree with that.
It's better than Dallas.
We got on I-30. You know the Lamar district
Yeah.
is. That's where David used to live. We got off I-35.
Yeah.
To get to his apartment was less than a mile away. It took us an hour and a half going through traffic. I am going to. Back at Northwest with our executive producer, Jonathan Scheu. Kevin Arkin with you. Grizzlies lead 32-24 at half, an 8-point lead. Coincidentally, that was the same margin of lead that the girls had at halftime. So we're getting ready to start the third quarter, and Jonathan and I have been talking here. We've been following. NFL is being played here on this Saturday for the first time in a while, and we were talking about games that he and I were both watching, and that was the Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. And, of course, by now you know that the Colts blew a 33-point halftime lead. They led 33-0 at half and lost 39-36 in overtime. And what is now the biggest choke in NFL history. So, Grizzlies take the court. Blue Jays will have the ball to start the third quarter. Ready to go, and we are underway here in quarter number 3. On the floor for Northwest, I'll tell you in a minute, is Benning steals it and scores and gets the foul. He'll go to the line and shoot one. The foul is on Jackson Austin. That's his second. Benning will get a chance here to add to the lead. And he missed. 10-point lead for the Grizzlies. And now a travel. And the Grizzlies will get it on the turnover. Tayshaun Williams takes it in the backcourt. And getting some high pressure from Deontay Baker. Gets it across the timeline. Benning back to Williams, now to Hudspeth. Hudspeth in the paint. Tried to feed it to Glover, and it was intercepted. And here comes Junction City back with it. Ball goes out of play. It will stay with the Blue Jays. Blue Jays inbound. Baker will bring it across the timeline. Over here to Lawson. Way on the far side for three and count it. Baker gets the three-pointer, and he's got 8 points. Tayshaun Williams brings it across the timeline, gives it to L.J. Phillips. Glover, Benning, and Hudspeth also on the floor. That's the three on the floor. 15-footer misses by Phillips, rebounded by the Blue Jays, and here they'll bring it back, trying to cut into the 7-point lead. Grizzlies have led by as many as 10. That was moments ago. They led by 8 at half. There's one off the glass, no good. Rebound, the putback falls. Turner has 8 points. Well, this is going to be a problem. I just lost my writing instrument. God only knows where it went. Glover's shot misses. And coast to coast is Bogdanowski. And a timeout's being called. I think we have whether it's a medical timeout, I think it's a medical timeout for Turner, because I think it looks like he has a nosebleed. It will be Grizzly basketball when we resume. (34-31) Grizzlies lead. We had an error on our. Now, what do we have here? We have a technical being called on the coach of the Blue Jays. And we're going to have Tayshaun Williams shooting free throws on the technical. Grizzlies then will get the ball back. That's pretty expensive. I'm not exactly sure what he said, but he's about to get a second one. Now the Blue Jays are calling a timeout. I don't know how long it is. We're going to keep it here. Blue Jays have 3 timeouts remaining. Not exactly sure what that was all about. It was a 30-second timeout. I'm glad we kept it here. Tayshaun Williams will be shooting technical free throws, and then the Grizzlies will get the ball back. And evidently, Turner must have something going more than a simple nosebleed, because Tommy Gonzalez, the Northwest trainer, is now over on the bench of the. Tayshaun makes the first one, by the way. And he will get a second attempt. Makes them both. That's the way to make the free throws, Mr. Williams. And now the Grizzlies will get the basketball with a 5-point lead. And I don't know what that was about, but it went to Glover. But he couldn't do anything with it. And Phillips tried to take a charge. That didn't work, and coast to coast goes Boganowski for 2. He's got 6. Here's Williams. He lost it. Now the Grizzlies are getting a little sloppy here. There's Williams picking the pocket. Loose on the floor. All by himself is Tayshaun Williams. He'll just lay it in. Now what do we have? We have a stoppage of play. I do not know why. Turner comes back in. 5:19 to go in the third quarter. Baker with it for the Jays. Grizzlies putting on some nice defensive pressure here. Lawson with it. Baker again. That's Tayshaun in front of him. He's giving up about 6 inches, Tayshaun is. Now TJ Jones with it. That one goes out of play and turn it over to Northwest. Liam Calvert and Sincere Thompson come back in for Northwest. They will replace L.J. Phillips and Hudspeth. Working to get it over the timeline. Williams does that. On the far side with it. Into the paint for Glover. Oh, it lipped out. Didn't go. Good play, though. Just couldn't make it work. And there's a foul called. I think it's going to be on Calvert. It is on Liam Calvert. It's his second. It will put T.J. Jones at the line to shoot a pair. And that one falls. Grizzlies up by 3. And that one misses. T.J. Jones gets 1 out of 2. In the corner, Calvert under the basket, off the glass, count it. Liam Calvert gets on the scoreboard. Here in the second half, he's got 4. And the Grizzlies lead by 5 again. Ball being inbounded here by the Jays after a foul on Thompson. There's Turner. He misses. Rebound to Glover. And now what do we have? We're going to have something on the side here. TJ Jones gets charged with his second. Blue Jays with 3 fouls, Grizzlies with a pair. And Williams has the ball for Northwest. Glover to Williams. Spin move by Williams. Puts it up short, rebounded by the Blue Jays. That one goes out of play, and it will belong to Hammond, and Phillips come back in for Northwest, replacing Benning and Glover. So we have Hammond and Phillips, Sincere Thompson, Tayshawn Williams, and Liam Calvert on the floor for Northwest. Lawson feeds it into the paint. Dish off to Boganowski. He puts it up and count it. Boganowski just fought for that basket, and he got it. (40-36). And now we have a foul, or we have a foul being called. Charge called on L.J. Phillips. Player control foul. That's his second. Lawson with it for Northwest, for the Blue Jays, rather. Around the horn, Baker into the corner, back to Baker. Underneath in the paint to Turner, doesn't go. Who's going to get the rebound? It's loose on the floor, picked up by Tayshawn Williams. He's going to bring it down himself, and he literally handed it off to someone else. And then got called for the foul. Tayshawn Williams picks up foul number 1, and he will take a seat. He's replaced by Darian Hammond. Blue Jays with it, trailing by 4. And now they trail by 2. Baker has 10 points. Calvert for 3. Good! Liam Calvert. Lawson almost threw it away. And now we have another whistle. Calvert picks up his third. Glover's going to come in for him. That's the 5th team foul now on Northwest. The whistles have been blowing aplenty. Back out it comes, and Baker loses it. Are they going to call a foul on this one? Foul's called on Eli Benning. That's the 6th team foul. Baker's first free throw on that is good. He's got 6 points in this quarter. Trying to cut the lead now to cuts it to 3. Grizzlies will inbound. Sincere Thompson back out to Eli Benning. Benning trying to make a move here. Gets under the paint, puts it up from 12, short. Glover, put back, count it. That away, Javon Glover. And the lead is 5 again. Glover's first points of the quarter. There's a long three-point off the rim. Doesn't go. Now another whistle. I think that one just went on the top of the backboard or something. Tayshawn Williams will come in, replacing Sincere Thompson. Glover will inbound to Williams. Less than a minute to go now in the third quarter. And a foul's going to be called. Foul's on Phillips, that's his third, and that is going to put the Jays in the bonus. And it's stolen by Glover. And then Glover traveled. Now we have a timeout being taken. I don't know if it's full or not. I wish they would have told it. I think it's only going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Timeout was taken by the Blue Jays. .45-40, Grizzlies lead. They have 17 fouls, which puts the Blue Jays in the bonus. Blue Jays only have 3 team fouls. Possession arrow is pointing to northwest. And timeouts, Blue Jays have 2 remaining. Grizzlies have 4. And they signaled this was going to be a 30-second timeout, and it's going to be a full minute. So if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any. And we're coming back out. It will be Junction City basketball. TJ Jones will inbound it. And now they're going to call. They just called a simple out of bounds. Lawson with it, top of the key. I thought they might play for the last shot, but they're not. That one misses. And now they're going to call another foul. Benning's second foul. It's team foul number 8. It will. It's going to put Boganowski at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. And he makes the first one. Boganowski has 9, 5 in this quarter. His second one is also good. It's a 3-point game again. Boganowski in double figures. Could be the last shot. Nope, it's going to go out of bounds to the Blue Jays with 8 seconds to go. Lawson off the glass, no good. And they're going to call. They're calling a jump ball. It will belong to Northwest with less than a second to go, and that'll do it. We're at the end of the third quarter of play, and at the end of 3 quarters, it's Northwest 45 and Junction City 42. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 60 seconds. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Blue Jays get the ball to start the fourth quarter, and we're underway. Feed underneath to Baker. Baker will take it out to the top of the key to Jones over on the far side where Boganowski has it. And a nice pick by Liam Calvert. And bringing the ball down the field is Williams. Williams was double teamed, gets it to Glover. Glover tried to put it up. Why that wasn't a foul, I don't know. Doesn't matter because Benning gets it right back. Benning over on the near side to Hudspeth for three. Off the glass, no good. Liam Calvert off the glass. It doesn't go. Third shot by Hudspeth doesn't go either. And finally the Blue Jays get it back. And that will be a blocking foul, and that's a good call. Calvert was not in position. And for Calvert, that will be his fourth. And it will, under the bonus, that should send somebody to the line here. Here we go. Lawson will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Say what? Liam Calvert takes a seat, which is too bad because we need him in there. We're tied at 45. A miss, and T.J. Jones has it. He gives it to Baker. Baker dishes it off from three-point land. Count it. By Jackson Austin. That's his first points. Whoops. That's his first points of the second half. A full timeout being taken here. We'll go ahead and get this all updated for you. We'll be back. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Coming out of the timeout, it will be Grizzly basketball as we resume play. On the floor, Eli Benning, David Hudspeth, Javon Glover, Tayshaun Williams, and L.J. Phillips. That's the five on the floor for Northwest. Benning underneath the Glover off the glass, count it. And a foul is called. Glover's going to go to the line and shoot one. And Glover had a chance to tie it up, did not do so. Jays bring it down the floor. Round the horn it goes. Baker has it, puts it in the paint. Loose ball on the floor. Who's going to get it? And what are they going to call? A timeout has been taken by the Blue Jays in order to save the possession, and this one is a full timeout. So let's go ahead. We'll take it with them. We'll be back. 6:16 to go in the fourth. Grizzlies down by one. Baker has it on the far side. Around the horn it goes. Near side now to Boganowski. Boganowski gives it off to Austin. Lawson. Back to Baker on the far side. Good defense being played by the Grizzlies. And a long three-point attempt doesn't go, and a whistle. Atriel Baker picks up his first foul. It's a 15 foul. Ball's inbounded, and we're back underway. Benning brings it across the timeline. Plenty of time left in a very close game. Benning to Williams. Tayshaun spins, puts up a three. Off the heel, no good. And now he's going to come in for the follow and pick up a foul. It's his second. But it's going to send us all the way to the other end for free throws, and it does put the Blue Jays into the double bonus. Turner shooting two. First one is good. Hudspeth comes out. Sincere Thompson goes in. Turner's second free throw is also good. 50-47, Grizzlies trail. Benning to Williams, back to Benning. 1-2-2 zone, and over that zone, Tayshaun Williams tried to fire a long bomb, and it did not go. Baker sends one across the way, now up top of the key. Boganowski back to Baker. Grizzlies 2-3. Baker again. Austin coughs it up. Here come the Grizzlies, 2-on-1. Benning off the glass, counted. Eli Benning gets two. We're within two. And a timeout is taken by Northwest. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Grizzlies will be back next year, January 3rd. We are right back here at Northwest. We will take on the East High Blue Aces as we resume City League play. And the girls will play at 6, the boys at 7:30. We're on the air at 5:40 with Marcus Myers and the pregame show for the girls game. Again, 5:30, the pregame show on January 3rd. Put it on your calendar. Junction City will inbound coming out of the timeout. Around the horn it goes. Turner. Boganowski, oh, I'm sorry, that's Austin with it. And Baker. Baker tosses it out of bounds. It went off the leg of Javon Glover. It will stay with the Blue Jays. And they send it around the horn again. Baker with it. Lawson now. And Baker, and they're just chewing clock, hoping to pull the Grizzlies out of their zone. Lawson and Thompson going one-on-one for a moment. Baker for three. Off the heel, no good. Come on, guys, get the rebound. They don't get the rebound, but they did foul. Oh, it's on the foul is charged on Jackson Austin of the Blue Jays. That's his third. And everybody's in bonus land now the rest of the game. Benning over to Williams. Back to Benning. Back to Williams. Williams thought about it. Underneath the Thompson counted. And Grizzlies take the lead. And for Sincere Thompson, that's his first points of the second half. There's a long one by Austin that misses, rebounded by Phillips. L.J. Phillips brings it down the floor, 1-on-2. Over here to Benning. Benning puts up a three. In and out, no good. And the rebound underneath goes to the Blue Jays. And now we have a whistle. I'm not sure what are they calling here. It doesn't matter. Either way, the Grizzlies are getting the ball back, so it doesn't matter. Benning with it for Northwest. Benning, Williams, Calvert, Thompson, and Glover. Glover with it now. Sends it back out for Williams. Almost picked off. Benning underneath the Glover off the goal. His shot is blocked. And a whistle on the play. And it looks like a foul has been called on the block. That's Austin's fourth foul. Puts Grizzlies in the bonus. And Glover will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. First one is good. Glover with 9 points, 5 in this half. He'll have one more. Oh, some kid just took a swan dive in front of us. I don't hear any crying, so I guess he's okay. He misses the second as Glover goes out of bounds, and it will stay, or turn over rather, to the Blue Jays. 52-50 Grizzlies. It's been back and forth here in the fourth quarter. 2:17 to go. And the kid just climbed out. He's fine. He's laughing. Baker, spin move. Dishes it off to Jones. Jones sends it back out. Back to Jones now. To Baker. Far side to Turner. Back to Jones in the paint. Gives it to Baker for three. Misses everything. And the rebound is going to go to Baker. He gets his own rebound. Misses the putback. Finally, the third time around, there's a foul called. Eli Benning's third foul. It will send Turner to the line to shoot two. He misses the first one. He makes 1 out of 2. Grizzlies will inbound with 1:41 to go. Tayshaun Williams has the basketball. In the far corner to Thompson underneath the Phillips. He tried to lay it in, it didn't go. And the rebound to the Jays. Chance for the Blue Jays to take the lead. Underneath, loose ball, Bogdanowski. And we have whistles. I have no idea what this is going to be. I think they're just calling a simple out of bounds. And a timeout is being taken by Northwest, I believe. We'll see what it is here. Come on, refs. It would be really nice if you would tell us what you're doing. We're going to assume they're saying now 30 seconds. We'll keep it here. Give you the game reset, 1:16 to go in the fourth quarter. 52-51, Grizzlies lead. The possession arrow points to the Grizzlies. Each team has one timeout remaining. I guess I ought to fix that. One timeout remaining per team. Grizzlies are in the bonus, and the Blue Jays are in the double bonus. And you now know everything there really needs to know about this game except who's going to win it. And we're going to know that here in a minute or so. Coming out of the commercial, and of course this turned out to be a full timeout. The referee signals on timeouts have not been very good or very communicative to us, let's put it that way. Doesn't matter. Inbounding is Thompson to Benning. We're back underway. Underneath to Sincere Thompson. He'll put it out to Benning. And it looks like the Grizzlies may be playing some keep away here. Benning to Glover to Tayshaun Williams, and now a foul's called. With 58 to go is on Jones. It's his third. And we will be shooting free throws courtesy of Javon Glover. Let's see if he can add to the lead here. Glover's first one is good. Big free throw coming here. If he makes this, they can't beat us on one possession. Glover's second. Rattles out, no good. 56 seconds to go now in the fourth quarter. Grizzlies lead by 2. See what we get here. A putback is going to go by Turner, and we're tied again. And we may be having a timeout here by, what do we have? I have no idea what this is, but Grizzlies are going to inbound. You better hurry. And they're going to call timeout because they couldn't get the ball inbounded. So the Grizzlies take their final timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take it. We'll be back. Stay with us. After the timeout, we're tied at 53. Grizzlies will get the ball and inbound it with 40 seconds to go on the clock. Sincere Thompson with it for Northwest. Williams will bring it across the timeline. Grizzlies need to score, even if this is they play for the last shot, which it looks like they may be doing. And they're going to call a blocking foul that'll send Williams to the line. And that's the right person to have shooting him. with 21 seconds to go in the contest. Williams will shoot 2. It's a double bonus. He makes the first one. Whoop. It's all right. Williams will go to the first of all, Thompson will come out. Hudspeth will come in. So we have Williams, Hudspeth, Phillips, Liam Calvert, and Eli Benning on the floor. The second one is, it's no good. He missed. What are they calling? They're calling a lane violation anyway. It wouldn't have counted. Calvert comes out, and Glover comes back in. And we're back underway with 20 to go. Grizzlies lead by 1 with 20 to go. There's a 3 by Baker. No good. Who's got the rebound? Glover. And a foul's called. We're going to be shooting free throws with 6 seconds to go. Who's going to shoot him? It looks like it's going to be David Hudspeth. Hudspeth has not scored in this half. I'll take a pair here. There's one of them. Grizzlies up by 2. And the timeout is being taken, has to be taken by the Blue Jays because we don't have any. We'll keep it right here. Hudspeth has one more free throw to shoot. Grizzlies lead by 2. Everybody's in double bonus land the rest of the night with 10 fouls. Six seconds to go. Hudspeth still has a free throw to shoot. He's out there joined by Williams, Glover, Phillips, and Benning. Everybody has sagged back already from the free throw line. And he missed it. On loose ball underneath. Turner can't make it go. No! And the Grizzlies hang on to win. Final score, 55-53. Grizzlies win. They sweep both games from Junction City today. We're just going to keep it right here and give you a quick summary, and then we're going to go off air. We'll give you the scoring highlights, first of all, for Junction City. Baker with 5, 10, 12. Jones had 1. Jackson Austin with 6. Williams did not score. Sheldon Butler Lawson with 8. Boganowski had 10. Turner with 6, 10, and 15. For the Blue Jays. For Northwest, Williams had 10. Hammond had 3. Benning with 10. Hudspeth with 5. Calvert with 7. Thompson with 6. Glover with 4, 6, 8, 10. And L.J. Phillips with 2. 2. And that's the scoring summary. Grizzlies win it 55-53. We are off air until January. We'll see you next year, folks. We thank you for joining us throughout the season, and I hope you enjoyed the double broadcast today, the doubleheader broadcast. We're back on January 3rd against the East High Blue Aces right here at Northwest High. And we're on the air at 5:40 with Marcus Myers and the pregame show. For young Marcus Myers, who was our videographer in Game 1, and for Jonathan Scheu, who was with us all evening, can't say enough about that young man. Want to thank both of them. And for both of them, want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year as well. And we will see you in January. Once again, Grizzlies win 55-53. I'm Kevin Arkin saying good night.